Boop.
Yeah, I got the power.
Lurking. Mm. Hey, Frog. Could you say something again? Or anybody, really. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Hello, everybody. How is today going for you all? I'm gonna be working on well, first wrapping up the secondary move for Earth, and hopefully getting started on this third move. That's the idea, anyways. I do want to show you guys, if we do get a bit of an audience here, I do want to show you guys some of the stuff I've been working on since last stream. I'll probably do that right at the beginning here. But yeah, Really excited to show you. I'm gonna go ahead and start compiling this. And hopefully it all works. Okay, here we go. Let's get it started. Don't have anybody on the dev team with me today, but that is okay. Oops. That's kind of cool. Alright. Okay. So for y'all that are watching, I did some edits to the map editor. And I need to pull up my list of things. Give me a second. But one of the big things was these map properties. You can change what the background color is now, whether the map should have a day and night cycle, a weather cycle, and if the music used should be, if it should update based on the season. So for example, if we use the nature's summer theme, it would update to like fall day or winter day, depending on what season it is. And so some of those things I've, for testing, implemented into the current maps. You'll notice it's kind of has a brightness effect. I think this is supposed to represent like midday where it's like the brightest. But it's something me and LG are going to play around with, and we're going to adjust it till we get it correct. I started, just for the testing these map editor things, I started creating more maps. Ones that you probably won't really see in the game except for maybe like hidden stuff. You might be able to find these hidden away somewhere. But this area over here, where the house is, I added the sprite area. And this area is supposed to be the original plaza that we designed. I just wanted to remake it for sentimental reasons, and just so we can test out map editor features. The original plaza had this big beam in the center. You could go down to the lower levels in this door, but right now it'll just give you an error if you try. And the original house, the one that you would own, would be up here. And I crashed my game because I went into a room that didn't exist. Let me run it again. I'm trying to remember what the keybinds were. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, and then I also made region slash nature slash abandoned disco. I made this room. A little party room, just for the funsies of it. Woo! And so the point of this test was I wanted to create like a developer object that I could place into the room. And so for this test, I made a developer object that made the lights wiggle up and down a bit, and a shader get set for the room. So this shader is just turning it to red, green, and blue for example. Okay, what was some of the other things we did? Let's see. Audio. Some fixes. I can show you. They don't really matter. I guess some other things was just that in the map editor, these lines here, these lines, they had an issue with their shader. So, like, apparently the shader we were using just can't do lines, game maker lines. But we figured out a way that we essentially just made it 2 triangles. And I did a whole bunch of math to figure out how those triangles would form the line shape. But hey, math, it worked out. they look and behave exactly like Game Maker lines, even though they're actually 2 triangles. Even these little tiny lines are 2 triangles. It just works. Okay, so today I was wanting to focus on first finalizing the secondary move. For those who don't remember, let me pull that up. Essentially, we need to make its damage work and make sure it doesn't go too far out. I'm not entirely sure what would be an appropriate distance. Maybe you guys can help me figure that out. So if I load up, okay, so if I switch over to nature here, let me turn down the game volume a bit. If I switch over to Earth, and I do my D move here, I get this kind of wave effect. And right now it just kind of goes infinitely, but I'm thinking maybe like stop here, maybe. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe let's do 10. Let's try 10. So if we go into attacks, enemy. Actually, it might be in player. Let's see, is it in player? Attacks. Get into. Need to separate this L so it stops doing that. Something else. Okay, so this is press attack. This is primary attacks. Okay, so we want to go to the secondary. I go secondary for Earth. Okay. So here we go. Spike damage, up direction, time, a wave thruster. So the wave thruster itself is what's creating the amount. Let's give wave thruster another parameter for spread. Spike spread, how about? Which means we'll have to give that as a default variable. We'll just set it to 10 by default. So let's also set it here to 10. And so now, when this guy goes to create the spikes, might be an instep. Attack create wave handler, yeah. So this one, this would be length. So I put 16 for length. It's gonna be a little bit less with that 10. Okay, so now we need to look at how does this handle it. This gives a length, which goes into length. Good stuff. So now every time this hits, we want the length to decrease. I'm gonna say length minus equals 1, or I guess length minus minus. If length is less than or equal to 0, we instance destroy. Where is this else connecting to? Okay, so this might actually need to be here. Okay, but then this will also mean that the blocks, each block has 2, so we might want to put the length to 20. Wait, thruster, where's the player? Let's do 20 for spike spread. Alright, let's give it a shot. Oof! Got an error right away. Spike spread. So the error is in here. Error. Tech create. Tech create spike handling. Other dot spike damage. But this is in the player colliding with the wall, so it'd be other dot spike spread. Okay. Okay. Let's set element to earth. Oh, It didn't exactly behave how I thought it would. Okay, first of all, that music is really loud. Let me look at load map data. So whenever it loads in music, let's lower that down a bit. Where's the music here? Gain will do 0.7. Okay. So now for what was I doing? The length. Oh, it's not length. It's amount, right? Is amount ever used in here? Okay. So amount plus if amount is greater than or equal to max amount, then we destroy. Probably is what we should have done there. Phew! Made it! Oh my. I think my Nora is dead because you aren't appearing on my screen. Nora. Right, give me 1 second here to reset Nora. I'm a ghost. Boo. Alright, can you say something again? I restarted Nora. Boo, Crow! Hi, Crow! Man, why is that not working, huh? Let me... Close the overlay. Let's reopen the overlay. Oh, here, try saying something now. What? Why is this not working anymore? Taste. Huh? Oh no. Did Twitch do something and it's just not working anymore? That's a little bit sad. I guess I'll have to look another time to see maybe what's wrong with this. My overlay is just not working no more. Okay, well. Let's get back to this. Instead of length, we want... Wait, max amount already is a thing. Wait, oh. Oh. Oh, so this should stay at 16. And I already have it as 10. Wow. Great minds think alike. The great mind being me, I guess. That was a bad joke. 6 spread, 16. Okay. No, ain't getting paid enough. She is on strike. Well, actually, the overlay isn't even touched by Nora. So I don't know what's up with that. Okay, let's try doing a transmission. Test.
Transmission from Blue Rikoroo. Tester.
Okay, so transmissions work. So Nora is working. It's just my overlay isn't connecting to Twitch. Okay. Boom. Shakalaka. I think that's a pretty good distance. Maybe should be a bit faster. Perhaps. Oh, that does not work very well on a slant. Interesting. Oh, anyways. I think the distance is fine. Is there a thing that controls the time between? Let's add one. If not, you know. Spike handler. We have time between. So we do have a time between variable. We just never use it. So let's do time between. Let's add that in right before team. And we could say time between equals time between. Okay. So here, for example, we could say, oh, I guess we'd want other time between. We'll pass that in through this object. Because this object probably should also have a time between. Equaling to like 5 by default. It's been a while since I've seen the game. I didn't know there were buildings. There sure are. Yeah, we have plans for quite a lot of buildings. One of the main areas is the nature region itself, which is kind of like a town. Got all sorts of buildings around it. Okay, so now we need the attack to have a time between. Okay, so now we just say time between equals time between, which then we can now be like, hey, let's say two frames between. So theoretically, if I do the attack now, oh yeah, it goes a lot faster. That's nice. Now we just needed to do damage. What? Yeah. Oh god, he still has the infinite rocks. It's a little bit of a bug. I guess I could fix that real quick, but where would that be? That would be in how quick it recharges, right? Where did we put that? I know it's in the step. It's probably under a thing called mana refill. Recharge time, okay. And this is for Earth. Earth's refills fast. Why does it why does it refill instantly though? It should be refilling instantly at 2. Because like if we look at fires. His is 7, which is way more. Why is it 0 point nothing? Let's at least give it like a 0.1. It's supposed to be half of. Is this supposed to be half? Oh no, it's a fourth. 0.2. This would be 0.05. Okay. But anyways, I'm really curious why this overlay isn't working anymore. I might try to play with that for a second. It's also made in Game Maker. So bear with me for just a bit while I play with this. I'm gonna do the simple thing first. Let's just try restarting it. No. Okay. Is it just in general the connection thing just doesn't work? I really do want my overlay to work properly. Let me close off Project Amaranth. I'll reopen that in a bit. You guys should be able to see this one now. This is what actually controls the overlay once it loads. Meta streaming. We're coding the stream. I didn't realize the stream overlay would take this long to load. Real quick, let me make sure nothing appears that I don't want it to appear. Oh, it probably took a while because it's updating to the latest version. Still going, huh? Come on, Game Maker. Come on, Game Maker. You can do it.
Transmission from Blue Rikoroo. Zib zab zooby debap.
I feel like my game is just freezing. It won't load. But it still says it's loading at the top, so I don't know. I guess it's trying its best. You can see this like bar right here at the top. You hacked the system now. Give it back. It's just stuck. Yep, no harm in trying the original one again while that one loads. Oh, cool. The original one won't load. Wait, Game Maker, are you taking up my entire C drive? Is that what's going on? Game Maker? No, don't do this to me, Game Maker. Game Maker, no. Oh no. I can't navigate my computer. Guys, help me. Oh no. I can't do anything. Oh. Can't make your stop. Okay, I might just have to force close it if I could even pull up Task Manager. Which doesn't seem to be the case. Oh good. Windows was not responding. Or the Windows Explorer. What is going on? I might have to stop streaming for just a second to give my computer some processing power. Oh god. Oh, things are happening. First, kill Game Maker. Kill. Kill Game Maker, kill. Okay. Ooh. Next we check. Nope, my C drive is not full. I don't know what it did then. I don't know what Game Maker did to cause my entire computer to stop working. Windows Explorer restart. Well, somehow the stream survived. I think you guys are surviving, right? You guys doing okay over here? My computer's not doing okay though. It's severely dying. Barely. It's kind of weird because my computer is not using a whole lot of resources right now, but it is mega dying. You see frames? How do you see frames? How do you see anything? It should just be a blank screen for you. Alright guys, I'm gonna restart my computer real quick. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I love I'm alive. I'm alive. Guys, I'm alive. Oh no. It never loaded my stream overlay. Good stuff. Look at that. Now it's loading lickety splitto. Okay, so if I run it from here, I guess that's what I get for not restarting my computer in like a week. Sorry, yo. The Barrio? Yo, what up? We're trying to figure out why my gosh darn overlay isn't working anymore. I want to see your beautiful faces jumping around and stuff. You have your chat working from your phone. Nice. Congratulations. Uh-oh. Why is it taking forever? It shouldn't take that long to write chunks spurt. Oops. Yeah, overlay rip for real. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So that does work. I heard this just like. Okay, let's figure out why it's not working anymore. Let me make sure this doesn't show anything. This would be in controller, maybe.
Polly joined the voice call.
Buddy.
Polly left the voice call.
This would be here. Okay. Okay, I guess I can show this now. Okay, so it would be somewhere in this step, I think, or maybe the networking. I can. So this is when someone sends a message. It's to. Well, let's just run it. So it should display something. So if we start typing here, if we start typing taste and stuff, it is just not connecting. It's just straight up not connecting. Okay. We're gonna hide info again because I don't know what it's gonna show. Okay. Where's my username and password? It's just, is it not set up correctly anymore? Do I have to change it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so first things first. Are we connected? Close this off and then you guys can see. Simple. I've been playing Inscription for the past 3 hours. Oh, fun. We should just be able to do a show message for is connected. Oh, you guys probably won't see the message, but that's okay. It is true. So it is. Huh? Huh? They're talking. What? So, is there just a Twitch service that's down and I'm spending all this time doing nothing? Like nothing matters anymore. Like this. Guys, I'm salt. I have no idea what's going on. If I send a message, taste. It doesn't appear. It doesn't appear. I'm so confused. Okay, guys, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I'll figure it out later because it's not the time for the stream. It's not the time. Save changes, sure. We're gonna get back to Earth. That was me testing it, okay? Project Amaranth, yes. We'll just go with this overlay that doesn't do anything. Although I think the rates and follows and subs should still work, seeing as that's on a different system altogether. If anyone wants to donate like a bit to test that theory, that'd be great. Hey, it's already coming in clutch.
Zario4 cheered 1 bit.
Yay, there it goes. Okay, so the overlay for the notifications still works. It's just the players. Like, it can't connect to chat for some reason. I don't know. Maybe Twitch deprecated the method that I used to connect the thing to chat. Is BS, I say. Either that or the Twitch service is just down. Either way, whatever. Spent all my bits on a screamer, which gave the streamer a heart attack. That's great. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's finish this up. So last thing we need to do for this wave thruster majigger is to do damage. So the wave spike handler, it creates these spikes. Where are they at? Creates the spikes. And the spikes themselves do the damage. If placed meeting parent entity, we need to do wave spike damage to the object. So how does this work? It happens in the handler. Is that why we parented in the handler? That's probably why. Great. Okay. If instance exists, the handler, we're going to do wave spike damage with handler and object. Because the wave spike damage is what needs to process this handler. Goodness. I don't think I can just call the function right here though. It's kind of can I? Let's just put it in here. We'll put it in like a script. Wave Maybe like Earth secondary helper. I'll just put that in there. Wave spike damage, and then it does the damage. Simple, directional. Okay. So with the handler, if the team is not equal to 15, press the sound effect. There's no sound effect right now. Sound effect is down here. And then we'll do with the handler, or I guess we also need to check and instance exists the handler. So with the handler, we're going to see if the, I assume the wave thruster, the spike handler has an enemies hit. No, it doesn't. It's a collision list. Okay. So with the collision list, if it's not in there, we'll add it to the collision list. And I assume this is supposed to be in here. Add it to the collision list, do the damage with the object in question. Attack, damage, simple, directional. Where is this? So this is I guess we can specify like an x2, which is other.x, and a y2, which is other. I'm not sure if the GameMaker can handle it like that, but let's try it. Oh wait. I'm gonna say attack x2, attack x. Right? Is that what that is? This is point direction between other, which would be the attack. Yeah. Attack x2, attack y2. I guess just, we don't need the 2. Just be attack x, attack y. What the? Sure. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if that works. But actually, I don't even want it to be like this. Let's rename this to script attack defaults. And then we'll have another one. Another attack, just damage, directional, and we'll give it a direction. It has 2 caps. Which the direction will just go to here. Okay. Simple enough. Okay. Because that's what I want for this one. The direction of the attack, we should be able to calculate based on the handler's, no, the thing that called its direction. So var dire, we'll give it a var dire. Start at 0, we'll give a switch for, so what's calling the wave spike? What's calling the wave spike damage? It's the wave spike itself. It should have a direction. Does it not? It's got to, right? right? It's got to. It's got an image angle. That works for me. So we could do switch. Oh, we could just directly say dire is the image angle. Okay. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So this thing should pop it in. Oh, I should probably give it a speed. Maybe like 20. We'll give it a speed. Attack direction. Attack damage. Directional. We want like velocity. I don't know how I want to specify this. Maybe something like we want to give it velocity. Oh, sorry, attack direction would be +180. The velocity would be where the direction is. Do I have just like a velocity thing? Add speed. I gotta have something related to speed or movement. Speed vector add. Yeah. Where's this used at? Yeah, we probably want speed vector add. Okay, let's try it. Let's do speed vector add for, this is the object, the one that we're colliding with. So speed vector add would be just speed and direction. Simple. Okay. Boom, bada boom. Okay, now let's do it. Simple uses. I'm sorry. Okay. Speed vector add is just adding that. It just adds the horizontal and vertical speeds. You know, you gotta use some trig to figure out how much horizontal, how much vertical. You know, just some simple stuff. Just gotta know trigonometry. Beep. Okay. I'm gonna test this out on a poor little stickler. Wait, how'd I get here? Spot enemies. Stickler friend. Yes, you curl up. I will change it to something to hurt you with. Hey, yeah. Oh! It didn't work. Or maybe it's because my boy is in that form, thus he can't get launched. No. It just doesn't work. Well, mega time for testing. Okay, so let's go over the basics. We have our spike. That's the thing that's coming out of the ground. Whenever it's in stage 0, which is it's coming up out of the ground, it's going to figure out if there's a collision with the parent entity. Okay, so here's might be the issue. We really want a collision line between X, Y. Oh god, we have to figure out. We have to do some more trig, guys. Actually, we don't. We can just do length. Or is it what is it called? Length var? length directs. So whatever its current length in the direction, which is image angle, y plus length dir y, dir y, current length, image angle. Okay. Let's put this on a new line. Make it a little bit more visible. Okay. So the object, which is parent entity, we don't care about precise at the moment, and not me. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit gross on one line. I take it back. We're just gonna make it a big long fella. If someone wants to read it, they can just do this. Easy peasy. Okay. So if there's a collision line, we'll do a collision line list. Just gonna yoink all that information. List is L, yep. Not me, okay. Hopefully that should work. If instance exists handler, well, we know when the wave spike is created, the handler is the handler, which we specified down here somewhere. Here, handler is self, existence. Okay. So theoretically now, we should have a collision line as it's extending from the base of the thingamajigger, which is why we have the X pose and Y pose, and then however long it is currently. Okay. Let's become Earth. Ooh. I died instantly. What's there here? Switch type. So we can delete that type. This is in the wave spike step. We have our wave spike step. Where's switch type? Oh, is it in damage? Oh. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do the sound effects for lights and shadows things. We'll just set the gain to 0 for now. We'll just keep it the same audio file. But that kind of confirms that it got to this point. Okay. Even old horses are put out to pasture. What do you mean by that? What does he mean? Oh no, I've popped up. Okay. No matter how good, there will always be an end. Or sometimes, I don't know. I made that up. Okay. Oh. Well, it works. It's hitting myself. Spawn an enemy. Let's get a dummy in here. Okay. I mean, the dummy, it works. Let's confirm something. Let's room properties speed. We'll set it to 5. 1 hit. Okay, good. That's what I was worried about. I wanted to make sure it only hit once. It's still in a bit of slow-mo. But speed 30, please. Slow motion. But because our dummy is attached to the floor, he doesn't get launched. So let's spawn in a stickler. Yeah, there you go. He got launched. I died, guys. There we go. I'm dead. Okay, so probably should make sure that it doesn't hurt herself, which is supposed to be this. If team, which is the spike, or probably the handler. If there's a collision line. Yeah, because this guy, he doesn't need a team. It's supposed to be handler.team. So then there's handler and handler.team. Alright, let's make sure this works again. I definitely don't want my boy killing himself. Also, did you see how, because 2 of the waves were hitting him simultaneously, he got launched mega high? I thought that was pretty great. Okay, there we go. It's not hurting myself anymore. So if we create a bunch of enemies, let's create a bunch of sticklers that are all killing themselves apparently. Oh, because I put them on a different team. Taste. Oh. Taste. Layer. Beautiful. Get rocked. Get rocked. Eh. 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 I think the move is good. I guess all we need to think about now is how much damage do we actually want this thing to do. I feel like it should be relatively powerful, personally. I'm thinking, let's see what it currently does. If I go up to the player, check its numbers here. We have attacks. We have attacks. Secondary, pressed. For Earth. Oh, hello. Hello, Stickler. Help me, Aaron Chan. I can't think. Let's try to help with that one. Just gotta use your brain, you know, think. Is there something that you're needing help thinking on? Let's see, damage is set to 20, which sounds like a lot, but these sticklers have a decent amount of health. Assuming it's doing 20 damage to him. Let me check, how much health does a stickler have? Go to entities, enemies, stickler. A stickler by default has 30 health, So they should be dying in 2 hits. 1, 2, and they do. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. A little bit confused there. Let's check something to make sure it's all working right. So HP is 30 for our stickler friends. If we go into our step event, we can see we're creating this wave thruster and it says damage is 20. If we look in here, we can see the damage variable goes into damage for the wave thruster. Oh, wait a second. Spike damage is 10. Let's set that to 20 as well. That will fix our little issue here. So wait, can running into people with wave thruster itself cause damage? I didn't know that was a thing. But that sounds cool. Yeah, it looks like it. With spawn by if place meeting. So if I oh, balls. I crashed the game because I tried opening up the menu. Why, hello there. I haven't started the third move because I'm still working on the second. But I should get to it relatively soon. Because I think this move is done. This is kind of our final test here. Hopefully. So let's change ourselves to Earth. Spawn in our lovely dummy here. So if I directly hit it, it does damage too? I wasn't aware of that. I don't think it does. Like if we spawn in a floating guy, flick that drone, and we try to, you better hold still. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Well, let's try to figure this out. So if the instance exists, what we spawn by, it should always be true. If place meeting with an entity, well, this will always be true because we're attached to what we're spawned by, which is an entity. So this doesn't even matter. And DSLS find value equals -1. Okay. So this has a collision list, I assume. Collision list is DSLS create. Oh gosh, you guys can't see. Sorry. Nothing's showing on stream, so you're right, thank you. Okay. Sometimes I will forget. Yeah, please let me know if I ever forget to switch it back. So this, I should just get rid of this. This is an unnecessary collision test. But what we should do, I theoretically should, but I'm gonna keep it for the weird cases that it would apply. What we need to do actually is do a place meeting list. How did I do that for the spike? Aha, here we go. We just created a new list and then deleted it after. Oh, where was I? Wait, this handler, no, here. We create a new list, we specify the collision time. Okay, and again, how did we do that? Set var s, collision line, and we just do this, okay. Let's just copy this in, just so we can reference it. Oh god. Eh. Okay. So afterwards we destroy. This will be tabbed over eventually. So as far as is equal to, and this is going to be a place or instance place list. We'll just give it the same parameters. List, this is the L. Ordered, disordered matter. I just put false, okay. So false. Then we'll do the for loop. Oh god, I really butchered the original version of this. If it's not in the list. Wait, huh? Hold on. Hold on. Destroy. Oh, okay. The actual part of this is here. If it's not in the list, in the collision list, if that's what this was for. If the other's collision list is not equal to -1, we do the collision and we add it to that list. And we already know there's a collision, so we don't need to test that again. We'll do the attack for the wave thruster. And we'll do it based on when we collide with this dude midair, we kind of want the other guy to go flying, don't we? Right? So let's do set knockback angle. That's great. That's great. But the thing is that it doesn't have a speed direction, I don't think. Yeah, it just has an X and a Y and whatnot. So what we could do is get a var x speed, which would be point direct, or no, it would just be var speed equals point direction of other dot, wait, let's see. Other is the entity we collide, the entity, the other is the attack. So it'd be others x2 or x minus other dot x previous. I'm so confused. Hold on. This would be h speed. Right. And then we'd have like a v speed, which is the y version. Sometimes my brain, but now I think we're good. So x minus previous. Okay, so we could get a speed based on this. You can do it. Thanks. I need to convert horizontal and vertical speed. This to a speed direction. Which I guess I could do with point direction. It's a little jank, I guess. So from 0, 0 to h speed, v speed. It works. Not point direction, point distance. this one will be point direction. And okay. Set knockback angled. So the type of knockback, the speed, and the direction. Okay. So now when this rock dude is like flying through the air and smacks into something, they will go flying. Hopefully. Based on the same velocity. That's the idea. Get back into here though. Let's make sure this is right. So wither spawned by if there's a collision with the entity, which pretty much will always happen, we create a list of things that we collided with. That's just using for example, the player's hitbox. We cycle through this list. And if, wait, hold on. Damage, let's see. Here we go. We cycle through that list. And we see if it's already in the list. If it's already in the list, we don't care about it. We're not going to re-collide with it. This prevents the collision happening multiple frames in a row. If it's not in the list, then with the object, do damage to it. Damage being D. What is D? D is damage. Where is D coming from? D is damage. Why don't we just put damage? Why are we? Oh, because how do I know which? If I do D, it's pretty clear it's here. But if I do damage, it's like, well, is it with this, the damage of this, or the damage is spawned by? It's a little confusing. I see why I did that. Okay. Eat should the work. Here we go. I think an easy test to know if it works is we can spawn a dummy and just do it upwards so that only the hit of the thruster would technically hit. Let's try it. So we spawn a dummy in. We change our element to earth. So if I do it upwards here, only the thruster should hit. Which I saw no visible hit detection. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, it didn't work. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, well, let's put a breakpoint here and see what might be happening. Okay, I go up. I should be colliding with it, so let's take a look at the code. We are here. So it's creating this list. L is 2, good stuff. And this thing called S. S meaning the number of things we're colliding with. It should be 2, shouldn't it? Like instance place list returns. What does it return? The number of instances found to be in collision. Okay, so that's maybe one of the issues. That's odd, it's not showing the collision. You're only colliding with the dummy though. theoretically, I should be colliding with myself. As odd as that might sound. Or no, wait. No, if it was a collision, if it was a regular collision, it would be true that you would be colliding with yourself. But because it's an instance place, it should disregard you. We can pull up the documentation. So maybe it is just colliding with the dummy. This option, you can check the position for a collision of all instances of an object. Collision mask. Precise collision check. Let's see. It doesn't specify. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume for now that the one object that it found was in fact the dummy. If that's true, and we can verify here, OBJ should be the dummy. So let's look for 1282. Good thing it's in order. Oh, it's not in order, never mind. 1282. Aha! It is in fact the dummy. Okay. And so with the dummy, assuming this... Oh. Wait. This returned false. Wait, what? I thought it shows what's in the list. Yeah, I could expand the list if I went and found list 2 in here, L. View as a list. Yeah, so there you go, 100282. It did start the loop over. So it must have, this must have returned something. Something that wasn't -1. What is this collision list? Let's check that. These are locals. We want this. Got spam. Clear daily watch. Wouldn't need that. It's would be in here. Self. Oh, which self are we? Where the wave thruster. Step 2. Okay, so self being the collision list. Let's look at the collision list. Cold list. Where are you, cold list? Cold list. Oh no, did I pass it? I'm getting that. I'm getting a real I passed it vibe. I wish I could help. You're fine. Although, I still don't see a cold list. I know it's gotta be in here somewhere. Are you in Discord? Yeah. You wanna join the stream channel? I see you've messaged me twice, but I can't really respond at the moment. Yeah, you can absolutely join the channel. Join, get on call. Ignore those? Okay.
_ I epic joined the voice call.
Welcome, welcome. Can I? Oh, I can sort this. Sort this by coal. Okay, so we're looking for a coal list. Oh, it's not in here. Where's my coal?
Is it because it got rid of it?
It does. It doesn't get rid of it. It shouldn't get rid of it. This wave thruster just like omnipresently has this until the thruster gets deleted.
Okay.
Coal list. Is it because I'm within spawned by? That's probably true. So I guess it would have to be another. Can I access other? It doesn't look like it. That's a little bit sad. I guess if I...
What's at the top right there? Dot other.
Oh. Thanks. Cool list should be in here then. There it is. Let's view it as a list. Empty structure. Okay. So, why did this not return -1? If I look at the documentation here, there's variable undefined.
This empty structure kind of like returns 0 instead of -1. That's odd.
The coal list, yeah. So the list itself is empty. I thought if it couldn't find it, it returns -1. What did I do in the previous example? It's the same thing, right? It's DS list find index for this thing if it equals -1. Yeah. So should be the same code. Oh, find index. Oh. Okay. Find index. Let me make sure. Yep, these. Okay. So that's probably why. Find index. Okay. This is the one that returns -1. Okay. That should be fine then. I'm too shy to be on Discord. That's fine. You can just watch. He's okay. Okay, here we go.
Hopefully this will be the fix.
Hopefully. Oops. Spawn our dummy in. Well, change yourself to Earth. Yep, there we go. It gave him a smack. And if I spawn in, let's say maybe a flick cut drone, I can like insta kill him. I assume it's only doing 1 damage each frame, but let's slow down the game and make sure. If we slow down to 5 frames, we should be able to test. Yeah, I only heard 1 sound effect, so. Okay. So ta-da! It works.
Nice. And that was your second move?
Yeah, that's the wave thruster. Yeah, the second move. So our third move then is... That's what we gotta work on. I don't remember how much of it is already done. So let's just test. Let's figure out. You know, it was coded at one point. Maybe it's still mostly there. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, that looks like it's already working. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. If I just do it neutrally, I should spawn in front. What was that blob that appeared? Huh. What is that?
What is what?
I swear I saw something. Oops, not that move. Yeah, it's like a blob or something that appears right here.
The white blob, the little tiny one?
Yeah. Let's do. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, I see. It's like a little, like a sphere.
Yeah. Well, let's check our attacks. Player 3. Attack, create this. Creates one of these. Oh, we have a particle type of explosion. But first of all, this shouldn't be here, whatever it is. Oh, it's got the old screen shake code. No. So here's the cool thing. I don't know why. I think Twisted was just trying to make this work. But it used to be a thing where you could make the screen shake by doing something like that. It's now just global shader, set shake, and then amount. So like if we did 5, for example.
Oh, nice. Is this when you guys set up all the shaders?
Yeah, just like a week ago.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think this particle effect might be neutrals, like blobby particle effect. I don't think it's supposed to be here. Let's try that. I think the attack itself is done. So I guess what I want to add then is indicators where you're about to spawn them. That would be nice.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Like a little feedback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like with oops. I might as well just go in here then. So like with the Earth guy. Oops. When you carry the rock and you want to throw it, it got a little indicator to see that which way you're throwing it. It's not necessary, but it feels better.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I had an error about the emitter. Oh, okay. Never mind. This particle system is not the blob thing. But it also shouldn't be here in general. We have a different way that we create particle types. I don't know if I want to bother with it right now, though. I should do my due diligence. It's like part create.
That's the worst.
Part.
Coding something and you find something, you're like, I should fix that. But I don't want to do cleanup right now.
Yeah. We gotta have a new part type, which I assume there's not like Earth, anything in here yet. What even particle is this, though? I need to see it in action. We've got to give it some kind of cool name, you know, that matches what it is. It's Earth wall. So if I do it, I didn't see any particle effects. Oh, it's those. The little dust that comes off when it gets destroyed. Okay.
Is it considered the explosion particles then?
Yeah, it's like the dust explosion. What? So what we call it? Rocky dust explosion? I don't know. Guess that's what it's gonna be called. Here we go. If anyone has a better name, tell me now. So, cool thing about this system, the reason why we implement this is theoretically, we don't need the same particle type being created for each time we use it. We might as well just access a global like index of these particles. And so that's why we do part create, part, what is it called? It just named it Rocky Dust Explosion. That's why we do this, because this will, oh, it's not part. Is it part update? Probably. This will check if this particle already exists, and if it does, use that particle. It saves us from having to recreate it. Okay. So it exists. That's good. Okay, well, I'm fine with how it works currently. The wall itself. Let's instead focus on creating the wall, which would be in the player. There's so many. Oh god, don't touch it. Let's see. Entities, player. Okay. This would be in the attacks. Be Earth, but we want it to be not the secondary, but tertiary. Second, Earth. Okay. This is what spawns it, I assume. The rising wall, yeah. So instead of doing it when you press, let's do it when you release. How do we do that? We're just gonna copy all of it, right? Just gonna. Hiya. Go into here. Okay. Pressed. We don't have a release section, do we? We just have pressed. Okay. So it'd be here, I suppose. Release. So we'd want to switch element for if C B3 3 switch and then case element earth, and then we just plop it back in there, and then we're gonna get rid of all that. Something like that. So now Earth, when you press, does nothing, but when you release, checks the mana and spawns it in, yada yada. Theoretically, that should just work. And I think the idea is when you first press it, it'll create like a stub object. Why do I have 9 mentions? Who's blowing me up? Oh, it's the potential server setup. Chat, okay. I think the idea is that when you first press it, it's going to create some kind of stub object that just it's there to highlight things, I suppose. Maybe we can create a special variable in the player that's like indicator object or something.
That'd be a good idea.
So now I'm holding D, and when I let go, it releases. Hold, let go. Okay. So, how do we want to code this? If we do it the way I suggested, that'd be creating another variable for the player to hold, which the player is already bloated with things. I would rather avoid that if possible. We could simply create a new type of object and count that as a thing that the player is holding, similar to how we do the rock. But that might not be the solution either. Is this giving me an error? Did I balls up some region stuff? If up variant. Oh, I must have, because it's not letting me close this.
Crow the Esperling joined the voice call.
Well, hello.
Yellow.
Up variant. It's not closing. Down variant is closing. This one's closing. We don't need it to have these regions to begin with, though. We just say up variant. Oh god. This may take a second to sort through. Okay, so up can close, down can close. We don't need this to have region anymore. Okay, so this in region needs it for here. Region. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so when Earth clicks, we need to figure out what happens. Allowing to move. So here's the thing. So if he's not carrying an object, I don't think it should be a carrying object thing, but we probably just want a stub object that sticks to the player. Man. I guess we will just create a new variable for the player. It'll be like guide object. Set it to none. Let's give it a comment because we're all about making notes nowadays. Gotta make sure it's readable, you know. Object designed to temporarily create visuals to help with knowing where an attack will go. Okay. So we'll create a guide object. So the guide object is instance create. Create player. Create it on the player. Get layer depth. I don't know, layer right in front of the player, so we'll just do -1. And then we need to create an object for this. So go to attacks, player 3, create an object. Object attack. Earth Rising Wall Guide. Okay. Mr. Guide, you will follow equals the player. So we want for every frame, we want our guide to follow the player. So we can say if instance exists who we're following. Oh, we want this to be in step end. Step end. Because step end is after all movement has taken place. So if the player exists, or whatever we're following, say x is following dot x, y is following dot y. If the thing we're following doesn't exist, we have no longer a purpose. So kill you. Get destroyed. Okay. Okay, so for Earth Rising Wall Guide, let's give it a state or attack type. Go to attack type. 0 being or a. This might be a good use for dyers. So a neutral attack would be none, up would be up, down would be down. Okay. And so based on the attack type, we could draw out the different spots that it would appear in. Dire.up and dire.down. So for that, we'd have to know where the attack would spawn if we release at that point, which we should already have code for technically. So here, right? So neutral, when you let it go, does all this collision checkery to make sure it's in a proper place. Box in front is 4. Facing direction. So we need to pass in a facing direction for this guy. You can say the guide object facing direction is facing direction. And a max height. Where's that coming from? Max height is here. Yeah, here. Where does this max height come from? Here, 960. I'll just link that in here. Okay. So so in this case, we'll just create a line, or draw a line width from our px py to px py minus however tall it's going to be, which would be width, height is 8, so 8 times 32. I don't know that off the top of my head. Let's use a calculator. 256. And the width, we'll just do 5. I'm sure the team could come in and make their own asset here, but for now, we're just a developer. We're just gonna give it a line, a little red line. We're not gonna care too much what it looks like. And we need to give it an attack type, I'm realizing. So when we press Earth, the if we're holding up, guide object attack type equals tire dot up. Elif, we're holding down. And then the default case will be neutral, so we don't even have to mark it there. Okay, so let's try it for neutral, which I think is the one we coded. No, we did down, even though this is the code for neutral. Just gonna move that up here. But we're gonna pretend down since we already started the test. Okay, so we create Earth, and we pretend like we're gonna do down. Okay, yeah, look at that. There's a big old line. Facing direction isn't. Oh, well, that's because I didn't. I'd have to create a new one. Oops. Now there's 2 lines. Ta-da! Little guides. Okay. So, a couple of things. Once we spawn it in, we probably want to have a held region. So that would be similar to that. We would have if our attack 3 is held, switch element case element dot earth. And the facing direction we want to update, and we'd want to update the attack type. Guide object dot attack type equals dot none. Okay. And for this one, we want to specify. We want to make sure that the guide object exists. Okay. So that should be good. And then same thing for this has this end region. Held has this end region. What? Game Maker's dumb sometimes. Why is this region not closing? Oh, there's an error somewhere. Uh-oh, guys. Can you spot the error? We have this. If this exists, do this. We need to break. Have an end region. So this end region is closing off this end region. Oh, we don't have a squiggly for the switch. Right? And that fixed it. Heck yeah. Okay, so now when we release, We still want to check if we have enough mana. I guess we would want to check that for here too. If we're holding and we start off with not enough mana, we definitely don't want it to activate. So here, let's do if our mana is maxed out, we'll create this thing. Which would mean then we could just move this cart to over there. So now this doesn't do anything by itself. Because what we could say is, if we have enough mana, if the guide exists, just update it. If it doesn't exist, create it. Okay. Okay, so when we release, we want our if guide object exists. If our guide object exists, destroy it. We don't need it anymore. Okay. Let's give that a shot. Whew. It's getting dark, fellas. It's pretty dark here. Dude, I love the dark effect. Anyways, what are we testing? We're testing this. Yeah, look at it go. We can turn around, see where it's gonna be. I'm curious about the times where like it's invisible. Okay, so it just straight up doesn't work at those cases. I guess because the earth, the ground just is weird or something. Okay. Well, let's implement it for the other directions as well. We have our up and our down variants. Let's copy those on to our drawing. So we have our up. And we have our down, which will move over to here. So up is this, and instead we'll create a line that has, instead of a 8 high, that can't be it. Is it really 8 high? So it's the same height, 256. Okay. And then same for down. I'll draw the line 4, so it's half of that. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 8. There and there. Theoretically, that should work. Cross your fingers. Hey, hey, Epic. Have you seen the disco room I made? I'll show you it here in a bit. Assuming this works. Oh yeah, here we go. So you can see if I hold the different directions, it'll show where it's about to spawn.
Nice.
I think this was pretty good. Yeah.
It does the job until the graphics team does their part.
Yeah.
It works out really nice.
I think that turned out pretty good. Let me show you the disco room. Room slash region slash nature slash abandoned disco. I was testing out some of the new map editor things and got this room to work.
It reminds me of the wacky inflatable.
Yeah.
Guys. Oh, that's great. This is what happens when we play with shaders.
Yep.
I like it.
So, for the reference here, in the map editor recently, we added the ability to place in developer objects, which is what was controlling the shaders and the lights moving around. let me pull it up real quick. It's in here, disco. Okay, so this is what the room actually looks like in the map editor. It's I created this asset that's pretty much just the game maker object symbol.
Okay.
Like whenever, like if I edit a room in here, you can see it has like the object symbols. It's like, I'm gonna just do that in Project Amaranth. Just create an object symbol. There's this like developer one here that you can like specify an object to create. Anyways, I thought it was cool. Ideally, in the future, I would want people to be able to code in their own stuff to make stuff like that possible from the map editor. Let's see how the shake works in here. Yeah, that works pretty well. Oh, probably should have a shake for when Earth hits the ground.
That'd be a good idea right there when you do the pound, yeah.
Yeah. I love that the two shaders can exist together, though. That was kind of a big issue before. Was
Twisted Ferris Wheel redeemed a tier 1 sub.
thanks for that sub, Twisted. Block. I've never had the animation play. No, there we go. You have a little block there. Beautiful. Thank you. God, what was I saying? What was I saying? Epic, help me.
Shaders.
Shaders, yes. The global shader. So the way we originally tried to make it work was this thing called the multi-shader. I want to say, what's his name? Mutex, I think, created, or maybe he found somewhere and tried to implement. The idea was that you gave it two shaders and it would try to combine those in some way. But I thought, okay, well, why don't we just create one big shader that can encompass any globalized effects we want. So I created this one shader that has a thing for modifying the shake, has a thing for modifying the color, modifying the grayscale. It's like any other like globalized effects we might want to be able to adjust. We can just add it to this global shader. And then we just simply have an object that controls the shader. Like, oh, well, if I have this variable modified, then give that to the shader. He's cool. Okay. Well, I think we are done for today. It's like 10 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours.
Goodness.
We got it done. I guess one thing I do want to check is, does this wall do damage to people? I kind of wanted to like smack into somebody, but I'm not sure how necessary that is. It's more just supposed to block people off. Okay, so if I spawn in a stickler, oops, not that attack. Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely did damage. Not a lot, probably less than it should have, but I missed. Yeah. Get back here. Eh. Is it doing any damage? It creates a spike. The damage says 35, so obviously it's not. That should be insta-killing the sticklers. Damage. Oh. I have made the mistake of setting the local damage to damage instead of the instance variable damage. Now it should work. It was using the default damage of 0.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's okay.
So yeah, let's test out these moves. Oh, wait. We said when the earth hits the ground, it should do a shake. I remember. So when wave thruster smacks the ground, which I think is an instep. Yeah. Yeah, right? So it'd be global shader, set shake. We'll just do a 5 again. You want to see what like a 50 would look like?
Yes.
It's gonna get a little wiggly. There's old shake code in here where, oh, I see it. Get out of here. Scoot. Thank you. Oh, oops. All right.
I love it.
So if I do it upwards, it should be fine.
Yes, Twisted. I'm sorry. I did not see the chat. I had my other window blocking the chat. So I saw the video, but my other window was blocking chat. I didn't need to read chat.
Beautiful. Just earthquake. Alright, we'll set that back to maybe we'll do 8. Set it to 8. I think that'll be fine. A little bit more than the wall rising up. Yeah, that seems fine. A little bit unfortunate about the shake. You can kind of see the edge of the map, like, not being there. And if I zoom in, it's not really much of an issue, but there's no texture under the map, so it's like pulling this blank area. Although I'm not sure why it's doing that for the top. Oh, I know why. The shadow effect from night is a layer that's the exact same size as the screen. So that itself is getting shaken around. The nighttime shakes, guys. Something we can play with. I suppose one of the last things could be, why does this instantly go? I'm a little confused on that. Is that just because we never reset the... We never reset the... oh, gosh. How much ammo it has? Like if we go to Shadow, and then we go back to Earth. Okay, but if we go to Fire, and go back to Earth. Oh, okay, now it's behaving properly. Okay, so it's because we never reset the max amount of ammo. Okay, that's an easy fix. Oh, you guys couldn't see anything. Great. Alright. It's okay. We're done anyways. Let's update the... Is it switch element change? Yeah, we need to set the max mana back to 100 for 0. This already does that. It sets it back to 100 here. What? Huh? What? I'm confused.
Alright, what happened?
So okay, let me show it again. The way the game works as far as attacks goes is everything has ammo. In this case, it used to be called mana, so that's why all the ammo is called mana in code. But so for neutral, I'm trying to load it in real quick. Oh, I don't need to switch. For neutral, he has 3 ammo, and it doesn't refill over time. It just refills when he gets it back. Normally, moves have an ammo of 100. And that's just because it gets used, like, for this one, and then it refills over time. So, yeah. So, Earth, when he's shooting this, he should have an ammo of 100, but it's looking like he has an ammo of 3.
Nice.
Probably because he was neutral, which has an ammo of 3. See, if I switch it to Fire, which has an ammo of 100, and then go back to Earth, now it works properly.
So it's just some old neutral code laying around somewhere.
Yeah, which I thought was in here, the switch element. But we can see that if it's Earth, it sets the max back to 100 for F move, so I don't know what's going on there. Do we not call this function? Where's this being called? Element changer? Oh. Is this not called in... Is this not called in the console? Oops. So if we look at change var, we look at the element, it just sets the element. Player.update element equals true. Why did we do this? Here, how about this? Get rid of that because I don't know why that exists. If object is equal to object client player, element change I guess it'd just be object.element. What is element change doing? It checks for the player, sets the player's element. Okay. So I guess that could work. So I guess for all other things, we still wanted to change the element. Just for the player itself, we wanted to do the specific stuff. But even so, the defaults for these, for 1, 2, and 3 should all be 100 anyways. It's the ones like shadow that have a weird one, and neutral. Which other ones have a weird one? I think the update element causes the issue because I think that's the old way of element changing. It could be update element. Is that what it was called? Update element. Okay, so there is some kind of variable update element. In parent player, if we update our element, okay, so this is the old way of doing this. Or maybe it's the new way. Maybe this is the old way. This is probably the old way. Probably in here. And here we would instead want to do update element equals to true. Update element based on, or element change. Element changed based on this. Change E. This is the way it's supposed to change. This is the way it does it with neutral. I'm a little confused. Update element is true. I guess the question we should ask ourselves is, what do we want element to change to represent? Do we want it the player changing element? Or do we want it to be, because the player can change element in a couple different ways. That's not like the elemental crystal change. Such as using his devastating move, which kind of randomizes which element he is. Guess this will just be for any kind of change, not specifically. Whatever. I think that'll be fine. We can call the where's the update in here? Is it here? Update element, or was that in parent player? Parent. If it's true, first of all, we don't need equals to true. I guess if it's Earth, we need to set the max mana back to normal. Why don't we just do this as like a default for all of them? Hopefully that works.
Love it.
I mean, that theoretically should be fine. So it means we don't need that there. Metal just doesn't need it. You don't 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 need it. Default. Even you don't need it. Okay. So now if I pick up rocks, still doesn't. And what was that? Update element for the thing should be true now. And that's with the client player, so I mean that should resolve this issue. Did we just not do it yet or something? I don't know. Let's just test it again. It still doesn't. Guys. Okay. I guess it wouldn't be a client player necessarily. I mean, it is. It is though. It just is. If I guess we want to check if it's a parent player. But even, no. I'm so confused. Like this should just be working. We're gonna figure it out. Okay. It just didn't even trigger. Didn't trigger. So maybe that. Is there like an is instance? Maybe object get instance maybe. There's got to be something. gotta be like a function to check if an object is an instance of something. Did I run it in debugger? I don't think I did. I didn't. Okay. There's gotta be something though, like object. Why is my thing not showing? There it is. Weird. At the specific depth I was at, it just doesn't show anymore. Oh, I see it. It's way off screen. Thanks, Game Maker. Yeah, you guys see it down here? There it is. Game Maker, why? There's got to be one that's like, check if it's a instance of this object. Like there's got to be a thing. Object. Yeah, I see an is ancestor. I thought you just check if they're equal to each other. Honestly. Okay, well, let me put a breakpoint in here. I want to just test what obj is equal to. Okay. 102.75. So I just gotta find the player in here. Oh, there it is. Yep. So this is, in fact, a player. This object is the player. Okay. So I need to get like... It's probably like object get index or something. Object get or instance maybe. Get if I could see more. Oh. Disappeared. Instance ID get index. What does this do? No. That's not what I want. Someone help me here. This. I know this is a thing we can do. This shouldn't be hard at all. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to see if this object, or technically this instance, is equal to this object type. Could you do object get name? Yeah, I could. That would return it as a string, and that would be comparing strings. But the like perfectionist in me is like, well, I should be able to compare their IDs. obj dot object index. That's what it is. Object index. I could get the string, but then that's slower than if we used numbers. But does it really matter? No, because it's in a console. Whatever. I suppose you could do that, but if there's multiple clients, which there shouldn't be anyways, but it'd be an issue. There we go. Problem's all fixed. Yay! Boing. Oh, boing. Okay. You guys can't see again. There you go. So I'm Earth now, and the move charges like normal. I guess an interesting thing to note is the fact that while I'm carrying, I can still recharge. It might be good to not let you do that. Like when you let go, or like while you're holding, maybe the mana gets set back to 0. Or does it really matter? Like, should we just keep it as is? Fun thing to note, you have to actually hold this key for at least a few frames. Otherwise he just kind of drops it. It's like, eh. Me. Dude, I love doing the backwards walk thing.
That's always such a funny thing to watch.
Yeah. All you really do is
I'm like, why? How did I do this?
turn around and then go back the way you were heading real quick. I kind of like it as a feature, just like a moonwalk thing. It's as if you're backing up. Does it? Yeah, it doesn't go on left as well. At least it's consistent.
At least it's consistent. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It is a feature.
That's right.
Just like I don't know if it's still in existence, but there was a weird bug where you could like duck as soon as you land, and then it would cause you to slide.
Are you still able to get a ridiculous amount of speed?
From horizontal dashing, yeah. That's more of a thing we should probably fix.
And you can start zooming.
Yeah, it's fun though, so I don't know. Like doing it with neutral, you don't get as much speed as you do with Earth.
Oh no, did we fix it, Twisted?
You don't think you can anywhere? Well, I'm gonna re-add that bug eventually then, because it was really cool.
Definitely made it interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could do this sort of like duck as soon as you land, and that would cause you to slide.
Mm-hmm.
Although it did make it jank, because I think in like inverted surfaces, you would like slide up them.
I still love the feature of the time coming in when you change screens.
Wait, what?
The time coming in.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Maps, I like that.
The 1034, yeah. Oh, there's no inverted slants here. Let's just make our own map with inverted slants. Oh, and look at that. Oh, another feature I just recently added. The blocks automatically start at the layer -500. And then if I set it to like, I don't know, 50 or something, I'm gonna go do something else. Here I go. Starts at 0. If I go back to blocks, it goes back to -50. Remember, it's what layer I was on.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Is there a way to hover over a block to see what layer it's on?
Unfortunately not. What you can do is, if I'm on layer -500, you can see them highlighting. But if I switch off of that layer, they don't highlight anymore.
Oh, okay.
So-
That tells me I'm not on the same layer.
Yeah. What I want to implement eventually. How did you accomplish that? I'll tell you in a bit. What I do want to add eventually is a object panel, so like an extra panel that'll come out where you can like check each asset of, for example, blocks. So I probably wouldn't want to do it for blocks, but like for lines, for example, you would have a panel that shows, okay, line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you could click each one individually, edit their properties or whatever. But to answer your question, how do I accomplish that? So when, let me go to the room editor. When the room editor first loads, it has a last used layer map created, which of course that'll just be empty. When you switch, where even is switching? Probably in edit type. I don't remember where. Oh, I think I know. Set EP menu update. Yeah, no. It's startup, isn't it? Right, it would be in here. No. Yes. No. Oh gosh, not that one. I think it's in startup. Apparently I don't remember. Let me just do a global search for it. Not update element, what? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Last layer used. Is it in the step? It is, okay. Oh right, I made it a whole section at the near the bottom, didn't I? No, I didn't. That was for... Man, okay, I'm just misremembering something. Okay, so... Layer update, layer last used. Okay. Okay, so whenever you edit a layer, it sets that layer to the layer you're currently doing. We can, so this is when you like increase or decrease it. I know there's, here. So whenever you edit the layer in any way, it saves that layer to the map, the key being the editing type. Whenever you first load it in, is it this one? Yeah. Whenever you first load it in, and this is starting from ppm startup. Yeah. Whenever you first load it in, we got this set layer. The layer will get set to whatever it was last. That's like a special option you can give it. Last being whatever it was last, or if it hasn't been set yet, use one of these defaults. Blocks being at -500, background being at 100. I had a case where I think like gravity something. Everything else just default should be 0. case default. I should just have default, honestly. I don't need all this stuff. Just default to 0. Okay. But yeah. Alright, well, I think I will go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much, Epic, for joining.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It's always nice having other people in. Oh! And Crow, who didn't talk the entire time and I forgot existed because of it. Hi, Crow. How you doing? All right, and that's the end of the stream, guys. Thank you all for coming out. I actually got a lot of viewers this time, which is surprising. Tends to be one of the lesser ones. So yeah, it's great having you around. Great having the people in chat. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye bye.
_I Epic left the voice call.